Steed?
Over here.
Right on time. I thought...
Shh. Quietly. You never know if someone's around, lurking in the darkness.
I was careful. No one followed me.
Good. Have you somewhere to put it?
My briefcase.
Handcuff it to your wrist. I want to be careful too.
Have you got it?
It'd be rather a waste of time if I didn't. The microfilm's in this envelope. Make sure you... Wilson!
Why, what?
I suppose you view it as unsporting, striking from behind. How naive.
You've run him through.
Guns attract attention. I find a sword stick does its job more than admirably. Doesn't seem to be dead yet. That'll be the eye patch, I suppose. I find it so terribly hard judging distances. Give me the film.
All right, Drop it! I said drop it! Wilson, are you still with us?
I think I'm done for.
The film! Burn it, man! Burn it!
No! I don't know if I've got the strength.
Wilson, I can't hold him back much longer!
No, you fool!
Bad luck, eh? Another time! Wilson. Come on, Wilson. I'm sorry. If you could work the abrasions a little lower, Henry.
Yes, Mr. Steed.
Well, this is a fine time of the morning to get me up.
Come in. Pull up a slab and sit down.
A Turkish bath. Do you have a guidebook called 101 Strange Places to Meet in London, or is coming up with them just a gift? What have you been doing to yourself?
I just knock myself about occasionally. Self-hate. It's a complex that really lovable people often suffer from. What I do now, Henry? I feel my old self again.
All right. Goodbye, Mr. Steed.
Goodbye, Henry.
Your orgy of self-destruction is over at last.
Oh, entirely.
And why are you gripping that slab till your knuckles show white?
For once in my life, I've been caught on the hop. Good and proper. No witty sallies now.
I wasn't going to make any.
You're off to Geneva today, aren't you?
In 3 hours' time.
The World Health Organization invited you as a doctor.
Of course.
Not as a budding criminologist or anything.
Certainly not.
Yes, it might be providential. You've heard of Philip Morgan?
The medical research bloke. Died the other day.
That's him. Well, his friends and family have been in touch with the World Health Organization about a new drug he was working on. They're calling it Morgantol, I believe.
Probably one of the cortisone group. It was Morgan's speciality.
Whatever it was, it raised the roof in Geneva. The drug appears to cure some of the worst diseases, or at least halt them.
Do we know the proportion of success?
The guess is 10%.
That's well worth having. And what happens in the majority of cases?
There's the rub. Morgantol will always mask the symptoms of the disease. Each time it's used, the patient feels cured and goes on dying inside.
Of course World Health wants to know about it. It'll have to be codified and its use prescribed in the narrowest terms. Even so, just from what you've told me, it's a pretty big discovery. If it's properly exploited, it could become a great one.
If it's improperly exploited? If it gets into the wrong hands?
Can that happen?
It very nearly did happen a few hours ago.
Ah, your bruises. I see.
Now, I'm not defending myself, but I was handed the situation yesterday. I've had to move fast, and it seems the secretary of the committee that's dealing with the Geneva end lost his head a bit, and warned his opposite number over here that the matter was top security.
He was dead right. The stuff could be peddled under the counter for any amount of money that a jumped-up, fly-by-night little pirate cared to ask.
But top security is not best served by saying so too loudly across Switzerland, France, and the English Channel. Anyway, I was called in. I had the formula microfilmed and a courier laid on to deliver it quietly to the WHO.
The original is safe.
Yes, but we were jumped as I did the handover.
Whew. Something pretty close behind you.
Yes, and with claws. The courier destroyed the film in time, but they got him. He's on another kind of slab now.
Blimey. And what about you?
I got away without being seen by the authorities. I didn't want to be traced again, so I avoided my flat and your place, and spent the rest of the night here.
Uh-huh. And now you have to send another courier.
Yes, and with as little fuss as possible.
The one who happens to be going to Geneva today?
Don't assume too much, though. I've worked pretty hard here tonight, but I haven't been able to hitch everything up yet. If I can get a new microfilm to you before you go, will you take it over?
Of course. What time is it? I can put off my flight if necessary.
No, don't. You arranged for this week off some time ago, didn't you?
Oh, several months ago.
Good. Then stick to your arrangements. Don't cancel anything. Don't do anything strange or unexpected. Don't call attention to yourself in any way.
I never do.
And I'll try and get a chat to you before you leave. He'll say he's from the WHO.
Right.
I'm not sure I should ask you to do this at all.
Oh, come off it. I'm a godsend for pulling your microfilm chestnuts out of the fire.
Well, don't lose contact, whatever happens. In an operation like this, it would be fatal to lose touch, ever, at any time.
I won't. And don't worry, you haven't talked me into this. I suppose you realize, but I know better than you what's at stake. So long.
Hello, caller.
Operator?
Your call to Geneva is on the line. Go ahead, please.
Thanks. Hello?
Who is this?
Benson, sir.
What news do you have for me?
Not very good, sir. I found the, contact.
Well,
He, passed away, sir.
and the property we are interested in?
Burnt, sir. Burned before I could get to it.
Are you sure?
Quite sure, sir. I found what was left of it.
A moment. Talk to me while I'm thinking.
Sir?
Talk. Don't let there be silence on the line.
Well, sir, they're sure to try again. They'll send someone else, they'll have to. There's no doubt of that.
All right, Benson. I've thought what to do. I'll telephone you with your number shortly.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's about it. Fully packed.
Not quite. Your World Health admission cards. They won't let you in without them.
Right.
Are you all right? You seem tense.
Now, let's see. Is everything ready? X-rays to go up to the hospital. That prescription for Mrs. Martin. The Patterson girl. Did you...
I did. She's being admitted to St Mary's tomorrow.
What about the case history?
It's on its way.
Fine. I'll need a cab to take me to the airport.
It'll be here in 25 minutes. I fixed it up this morning. Dr. Keel's surgery? Yes. Yes, Mrs. Witham. I see. Hold on, please. Mrs. Witham. She says Joan's running a temperature again.
Oh, she can't be.
I think she's a little overwrought.
Keel here, Mrs. Witham. Yes. Yes, so I understand. It's not very likely, you know. Look, Mrs. Witham, how many blankets have you got on her? Well, that would account for it. I should take a few off. I assure you, she could really get up now, but to be on the safe side... What? Yes, I am. You remember, I explained For a little over a week, yes. Well, I hardly think it's necessary, Mrs. Witham, really. But... She wants me to call in.
Well, could I go? They live in the mews round the corner, don't they?
No, it wouldn't take a minute.
Dr. Tredding will go.
Not till this afternoon. And it's her first baby, you know. She's afraid the child will swallow her own shadow. All right, Mrs. Witham, I'm on my way now. But I shall have to be very quick. This won't take long. Carol, I'm expecting a caller from the World Health Organization. Just last-minute details to attend to. When he arrives, just let him wait in here.
Right.
You're quite clear on what you say to Keel.
Yes, sir.
Give him this envelope. Tell him to lock it away in his briefcase. Make sure you're not seen together. No connection. Understand?
Right. Actually, this envelope is valueless, isn't it?
This card is the really vital document. Ask him to carry it quite openly. Appear to take no special precautions about it. You understand?
I do.
Then take it.
Admit one guest. World Health Organization Open Day.
Keel already has a couple of those. All he has to do is to swap one of his own for that one, and then see it is safely handed over to the courier in Geneva. And you understand about that too?
Yes, sir. This card? Is the film concealed in here?
See these full stops? Microdots. Isn't modern science wonderful, Scott?
Isn't it, sir?
So is punctuality. You mustn't miss Keel. Do you want me to repeat your orders again?
Oh, no, sir. No, it's quite clear.
Scott, you heard what happened to Wilson.
Yes.
You're new, aren't you?
Yes, sir. This is pretty well my first time without a nurse.
Well, go easy. Off you go, then. Send Henry in, would you?
Yes, sir.
Ah, Henry. My call through yet?
Yes, sir.
I'll take it here.
I'll bring the phone through, sir.
Steed here. You have my call to Geneva. Switch it through, please. Hello, Dr. Pillane.
Monsieur Steed, is that you? I am very worried indeed.
Good morning.
What? Oh yes, good morning. I have been questioning the authorities here since breakfast time. Your courier has not arrived. Nothing has arrived, nothing, you understand?
The courier is dead, Dr. Pillane. Very dead.
Oh, dear. I'm sorry. Of course that would account for it. How very sudden, poor fellow.
Very sudden. He was stabbed through the heart.
Will you be sending someone else? What was that you said?
The courier was murdered in front of me some hours ago.
But I am... Mon Dieu, monsieur, you must understand, the committee have placed very heavy responsibilities on my shoulders. I am responsible for the arrangements and...
I am responsible for the arrangements, Doctor. A little late in the day, I grant you, but I am fully responsible, not you.
Well, it's a relief to hear you say so. I only hope my committee will take the same view. I told them I'm a doctor, a scientist. I can't be expected to...
Of course you can't be expected to, and I'm sure your committee will take the same view. Now, we're trying again this morning, Dr. Pillane.
Oh, yes.
With Dr. Keel.
We spoke of this man yesterday.
I said he'd do it if it were absolutely necessary.
Then he has the film. It is safe?
It will be, with him. My man's on the way to deliver it now.
Excuse me.
Oh, God!
I'm looking for Dr. Keel.
He isn't here at the moment. Can I help?
I'm from WHO, World Health Organization.
Yes, he's expecting you. Should be back any time soon. Last minute call. Little girl recovering from an appendectomy. An appendicitis operation.
Oh, yes. I'm on the admin side. Clerical, actually.
Dr. Keel said you were to wait here. If you'll excuse me, I have work to do.
That's quite all right. And that presumably is his suitcase. If I can find his pass, I can do the switch right now. Ah, here we are. And done. Ah, Dr. Keel.
No. Sorry, old chap. I'll have that envelope, thank you. cover looks about the right size.
Carol? Carol?
Sorry, I was just in the kitchen. You'll have to hurry. Taxi's due here any minute.
Right.
He's waiting for you. In your office from World Health.
Ah, yes. Thank you, Carol. See, I'm not disturbed. Hello. Have to make it quick. I've only got a minute.
Certainly.
Well, what did Steed say?
Bon voyage.
Eh?
That's all. The deal is off. You won't be needed.
Well, you're sure?
Yes, quite sure. We will send it through, but later. Possibly you'd help us then? When the heat's off?
Well, yes, of course, but...
Perhaps you'd prefer to telephone and confirm this?
No. He said there might not be time.
Yes, we were rushing you too much. Have a nice trip.
Thanks. I will now. Shall I see you at the front?
If you don't mind, the back way, please. I still have a job to do.
I understand. Give Steed my regards.
I will.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Now where's that case? Ah.
Your cab's waiting.
Fine. I'm ready. Don't forget Mr. Thompson's examination on Tuesday.
Dr. Treading will be here soon to take care of things. Just forget about the practice for a few days and relax.
That's what I intend to do. Really relax. I'll bring you back a cuckoo clock.
That young man must have brought good news. I'm glad.
He was a one-eyed messenger of good cheer. Bye.
Goodbye. One-eyed?
Last hold for Geneva. All passengers to Geneva, please proceed to gate 5.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You may now unfasten your seatbelts and smoke. The captain and crew wish to welcome you aboard this flight to Geneva. We will be flying at 20,000 feet at a cruising speed of 370 miles an hour. Our flying time to Geneva will be 1 hour and 45 minutes. Refreshments will be served during the flight.
You look nervous.
Take off. It always gives me a moment.
I understand. Better read up on these files. Do you mind if I smoke?
No, not at all.
Would you like one?
Thank you.
Oh, steady now.
Oh, it might calm my nerves.
We're airborne, you know. The sky is a pretty solid place nowadays.
Yes, I know. This is my first flight for a long time. You must not laugh at me.
Well, I have no intention of laughing at you.
Well, I expect you are. Oh, really, you're just being kind, but I'm afraid I'm simply not very brave anymore.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I was reading.
Well, you are brave, though. I can tell that. You know, when the plane actually took off, I wanted to scream or bite the back of my hand. And then I saw you, sitting there, so calm and collected and upright, with a ramrod down your back, looking straight at the ashtray in front of you. And then I knew I would be all right. I didn't see you changing the guard at Buckingham Palace, did I?
No, you didn't.
Do you fly much? Is this just a business trip for you?
Not really. Sort of busman's holiday.
Busman?
I mean, the sort of holiday a busman would take if he drove a bus on... We're not going to get anywhere with this, are we?
I don't think so, no.
Let's just say I'm leaving the dull old routine behind me for a few days.
Ah.
Oh, honestly. If he's going to leave his Macintosh, is it too much to ask he hangs it up? Are you all right?
Nothing at all in there. Just blank paper.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
I see. That means he has it and is on his way over with it now.
I'm sorry, but I told you I couldn't wait. As it was, I was nearly seen.
What else would he have with him? The agenda of the Congress, admission card, minutes of the committee meeting, resulting in... Listen carefully. The situation will have to be handled from here, now, and I may need your assistance. Listen, there's a jet flight en route from New York to Geneva. It will make a refueling stop at London in about 75 minutes. Get on that plane, Benson, and you'll arrive here quite soon after Kiel.
But I won't get a reservation now.
You already have a reservation. After your news this Monday, I covered every flight here from London.
But surely...
Be on that plane at all costs. You stay with Kiel.
Certainly.
You've been very badly wounded. I'll get help.
No! Steed. Call Steed. Urgent.
Steed? I'll call him right away.
You are getting through your coffee and biscuits. Here, have some of mine.
No. You have it.
I don't feel like it now. And what will you do in Switzerland? You go climbing?
Nothing like that this time, I'm afraid.
But if you're on holiday?
Well, it'll seem like a holiday, but there's a lot to do at the World Health Organization.
World Health?
Yes. There'll be quite a few doctors from every country.
Doctor?
Yes, didn't I mention it?
No, you didn't. I was in the air crash last year. I got rather tired of doctors.
Oh, I know how you must have felt. Once you get into their hands, it seems you'll never get out.
It seems I never will.
Oh, we're not as bad as that. Are you all right? Shall I call the stewardess?
No, I'm quite all right. Thank you.
Steed. Oh, thank goodness you're here.
I brought some ambulance men. Where's the patient?
Over here.
All right, old man. We'll take care of you. Scott, can you hear me? Don't try to speak, just nod your head. Did you pass on the package, as we arranged? Whoever did this, they didn't get the package. Fine, good man. You chaps, if you could lift him onto the stretcher. And gently, he's precious cargo. You didn't see anyone.
I let him in to wait for Dr. Keel. Then I found him in the cupboard after Dr. Keel had gone.
Steed.
Don't worry, you're going to be all right.
Don't understand. I never met Keel. I didn't tell him anything.
What?
Keel doesn't know about the package. I planted the package, but he doesn't know. Doesn't know the instructions.
He doesn't know.
What is it? Has Dr. Keel...
Shh! Operator! What time is it? 20 past now. Operator! I want a priority call to Geneva. Yes, priority. Oh, come now. No one with a lovely voice like yours could be so cruel. Just a little tiny priority call to Geneva. If I say please nicely. Please. That's better.
Look, I can't help how you feel about doctors. I'm a bit worried.
Why?
You seem to be in some pain, not just air sickness.
No, I'm still not 100% fit.
What seems to be the trouble?
I don't know, really. I have those sharp pains here in my ribs. Not all the time. They come and go.
Does it hurt to breathe?
Yes, it does, rather.
And do you feel sick as well?
Yes.
Well, it doesn't have to be very serious, but I advise you to let your doctor have a look at you as soon as you get home.
No, it's just a reaction. It'll pass.
That's right, Dr. Pallane. He doesn't know he's carrying the film. He hasn't been briefed on what to do.
But how can you tell me this? A man has already gone down to the airport to meet Dr. Keel.
Keel won't recognize him. Can you get hold of your man? Warn him.
It may not be possible.
This is most unsatisfactory.
Please, Doctor. As long as Keel's unaware that he's carrying the film, he's a sitting duck.
My committee won't like this. They won't like it at all.
None of us like it, Doctor, but we're still with it. This is really a matter of life and death. And can you tell that to your committee? 1:30, you said, Carol?
Yes.
We've lost contact with him. The last thing I want to happen. Charlie, Steed here. Pull out the stops. Get me on the next available plane to Geneva. I don't care if it's tied up with string. Get me there.
Welcome to Geneva, ladies and gentlemen. You may now unfasten your seatbelts. The stewardess will conduct you to the customs bay. Have your landing cards and passports ready.
It wasn't so bad, was it?
No.
Right. It's really been very pleasant, hasn't it? Oh, don't worry. I'll get your handbag.
Oh,
There is something wrong.
no, it's nothing. Please.
Is your apartment far from the airport?
No,
I'll take you there.
please. You've already...
I insist. Ready? Let me give you a hand.
Oh,
We'll get a cab.
Dr. Keel, welcome to Geneva, monsieur. The Hotel Alsace.
Excuse me.
Dr. Keel, I am from Hotel Alsace,
For goodness sake, can't you see this lady's not well?
but I am the special courier sent to collect you, doctor.
I'll be along later.
But I am the special courier, doctor. Dr. Keel.
For Pete's sake, don't you understand English? Don't bother me now. Later. I'll be along later.
Ah.
Dr. Palaine here?
I did exactly as I was told. I said I was the special courier, but he didn't seem to understand. He has left the airport with a woman.
Don't wait, man! Go after him! Don't lose him! Whatever you do, don't lose him!
Yes, sir, of course, sir. But there is no sign of him.
Then you've got to find him! It's a matter of life and death!
Well, I've examined you.
yes.
It's not possible, of course, to approach clinical conditions here in the home, but one does not always need to.
No.
Well, I don't know what to say. What do you expect me to say? So far as a preliminary examination goes, there's nothing on earth wrong with you. Did you expect me to find something?
No.
Then why... The fractures you received in the air crash have knit very well. You must have been told that already. So I don't see what you expected me to find wrong with you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I'd better pack up.
What is that?
Hmm?
That's the folder you were reading. World Health Organization. Open, they admit one guest. Oh, why, it's tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, I'd like to go. Oh, I'd like to very much.
Yes, it should be interesting. Can you give me that, please?
Yeah, of course. You're not leaving?
Yes. Unless there's something I can really do for you, there's no point in my staying.
Oh, but there is. There is, really.
Yes?
Please, believe me, there is.
Well, don't get excited. What is it?
Oh, it seems silly, but just don't leave me alone now, please. I don't know what to say. How to explain. Those pains, I really felt them on the plane. I mean, I was so frightened. I knew I would be. I was dreading it. But I made myself go by plane. I had to, or I knew I would never fly again. terrible sitting there trying to be normal, and then when I knew you were a doctor, I wanted to tell you that I wanted to scream or throw myself out, but
What an ass I've been, looking for clinical evidence. You were testing yourself on this flight.
Yes.
And when you couldn't tell me what you were feeling inside, you got pains like the ones after the accident. So you told me about them.
Yes. Yes.
I'll give you a sedative. 2 pills should do it. Yours are very common stress symptoms. You probably feel better already, having told me about it.
I do. I had to tell you. I don't know many people to tell in Geneva. Just an uncle. My parents were killed in the same crash.
I see. Take these. I'll get you something to take them with.
Oh, will you have a drink?
Well, just a tonic water, if I may. Look, of course I won't leave now if you don't want me to.
No. I'll be all right now. No, I know I will. It was just not having anyone to tell.
Well, time is the best cure for your trouble. Take it easy now. Nothing too strenuous.
No, don't worry. I would hardly call a visit to Bernard Borg strenuous.
Bernard Borg?
Yeah, my uncle is a sweet old man. I visit him as often as I can.
Ah, yes, that's an excellent idea. And, take this.
Your admission card.
Would you like to come along?
I'm sure you have already planned who you're taking.
I don't know a soul in Geneva. Here. Come along round at 12. We'll have lunch together. My name's Keel, by the way.
It is time we met. I'm surprised you examined me before we were introduced. My name is Declaire. Yvette Declaire.
Are you sure you'll be all right if I go now?
Yes, quite sure. And thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow then. If you need me in the meantime, you can call me at the Hotel Alsace, room 27.
Right. Goodbye, Mr. Keel.
Goodbye.
Dr. Keel.
Oh, you again?
I have been waiting for you. I have to talk to you.
Now look,
Not here, Doctor. Inside. Your luggage too? Let me take it? Please. It is most important.
All right. Now, what's all this about?
All right, nobody move.
Get down!
Duda! You! You didn't have to...
I did. See that on the floor? He had a gun of his own. He was going to shoot.
Are you going to use yours on me?
Yes.
He's awake. I think I'll take your gun off you, sir.
But that's not mine.
Looks like a .38 caliber.
Thank you, Sergeant. Can you get up, please, Monsieur Keel?
Is he dead?
One chamber fired. Accurate shooting.
What?
Who was he? He carries no papers.
Who was... I don't know.
It is best to be frank at such a time.
I never saw him before.
What was he doing in your room?
He asked to come in.
Why, invite him in. A perfect stranger?
He said he had to talk to me.
What about?
I don't know. It happened as soon as we got inside.
Ah, he attacked you, perhaps. You acted in self-defense.
No, I acted... Are you thinking I killed him?
The gun was in your hand. Still warm when we arrived.
But I was unconscious when you...
Unconsciousness can be simulated.
Feel my head. That bump isn't simulated.
You will be examined later.
Hello?
Dr. Verlaine, Steed here.
Steed! Oh, for goodness sake, I've been trying to reach you. Where have you been?
Up in the air.
What?
I'm at Geneva Airport right now. What's happened to Keel?
That's it. I don't know. We lost him at the airport. He went off with some woman.
Keel did? What have you done about it?
What have I done? I'm waiting for you to come and do something.
All right, well, I'm here. Now you stay where you are, Doctor. I must be sure I can find you. We must not lose touch. Do you understand?
Yes, right.
So there was another man waiting here when you arrived. Describe him, please.
Tall, well-built. I told you.
Again, please. You may have overlooked some detail.
May I have a glass of water?
Certainly. Well?
Sort of business clothes and... Look, is there any point in my describing a man who you don't believe ever existed?
We are interested, monsieur. Please continue.
There isn't anything else. I saw him, he fired, then he hit me.
And you never saw this man before?
Never.
So, let us recapitulate your statement. You are met by a man you don't know. You take him to your room. There you find another man you don't know. The first man pulls a gun. He is killed. You are knocked out,
And that's all I remember. Until you arrived.
So, you saw us arrive. You were not unconscious.
No, that's not what I mean.
Then please say what you mean.
I've told you everything.
Everything, monsieur?
Yes.
Very well. Let us examine the facts. Why was the man waiting in your room? What motive did he have for killing?
I don't know.
Could it have something to do with your visit here in Switzerland?
No.
Or something that happened in London?
No.
So it seems we must accept for the moment the fact that there are no facts.
Oh.
Pardon, messieurs.
Pardon, we do not need the laundry done now.
De la Blanchissenne, numéro 27. Oh, le voilà! Attendez un instant.
This is a crime scene. Leave that window closed.
Ah, Monsieur Keel! When I chuck the laundry over him, take the window nearest to you, then down the fire escape. À le temps! Oups là! Fuyez! Oh.
I think I've got this straight, Dr. Pillane, as far as it goes, but...
It's almost irregular. Really, most irregular.
What's worrying you?
Well, if I'm to bring the film over anyway, why not tell me? Why plant it on me?
Because things didn't work out that way. The man I sent along put the film in your luggage, but never got a chance to brief you on it.
Well, the man you sent told me I wasn't needed. He had every opportunity to tell me.
What man? Scott said he never saw you.
Oh, he saw me all right. What's more, he's right here in Geneva. I know this isn't a pretty business, Steve, but when one of our chaps commits cold-blooded murder...
Scott is lying in a London hospital right now. He may not pull through.
But that's impossible. Scott. Well-built, 30-ish, wears an eye patch.
Scott is slight, fair, and he may not live to see 25.
No.
So that's how they did the job. Phew, they're close. I can feel them breathing down my neck.
The man who was killed, who was he?
That was Bosch. Poor fellow. He was to meet you at the airport, bring you back to your hotel, and take over the microfilm. But where is it? My committee will want to know who has it now.
It was in your suitcase, Dr. Keel, but now it's gone.
It's too terrible to believe. So much good work wasted. I feel it personally, you see.
Dr. Pillane has been in on this from the start. He assisted Philip Morgan in the early days.
Yes, such days they were too. And now, just think of the terrible damage that will be done.
If only I'd known. Where was the film hidden?
Among your World Health documents. The invitation you were carrying.
Yes. What about it?
That's how the film was concealed. Microdots on the invitation.
To admit one guest.
That's what I said. What's the...
Then they haven't got it.
What? What?
They haven't got the film. It wasn't in my suitcase. I had already got rid of it. I'd given it away.
Who did you give it to?
A girl I met on the plane.
That woman you left with? What's her name?
Declare. Yvette Declare. I took her back to her apartment and...
Do you know the address?
Yes, a big new block on the Rue d'Estel.
Les Halles.
That's it.
We'd better get over there. Palaine?
No, I must report back to my committee. There will have been other developments. I don't know what I shall say to the police.
No, I'm not going to tell them if you're not.
Tell them what?
That you've harboured a fugitive from justice.
Together with a bandit who assisted him to escape lawful arrest.
You will be careful no one sees you, won't you?
Of course. We'll see you later.
Yvette! Not here.
Get some light in here. Pull back those drapes.
So they know about her too.
You could have been followed from the airport, or...
Or what?
Whose idea was it to give her that invitation?
Well, it was mine, in a way.
At her prompting?
Yes. That is, she asked for it first.
Well then.
No. I think the girl's genuine anyway. But this room proves it. Why ransack it for something she already has?
Could be a cover.
They've even torn the wallpaper off. That's quite a cover. She had no reason to hide it. It would be somewhere ordinary, in one of these drawers, maybe. If they didn't find it, she's carrying it about with her now.
Did you tell her how to contact you?
Well, I told her she could reach me at the hotel. But I can hardly go back there now. I can't even be seen in the street.
All right. You wait here for her.
What will you do?
I'm going to try and pull enough strings to appease the local police.
But you're not a bell ringer.
See you soon.
Suppose I ought to put this place to rights.
Oh!
Ah, it's all right. It's all right. I didn't do all this. I'm putting it back. Putting it back, you see?
Yeah, I should say so. I called the police.
No. If you call the police, look, I won't put anything back. Where is Mademoiselle de Clare?
She's returning today, yes?
Yes, I know that. Where is she now?
She should be here. Who are you?
I'm a friend, a doctor from England. I flew over with her today. Who are you?
The maid.
Well, can you please help? Do you know anywhere Mademoiselle de Clare might be?
No, I'm new. I'm here for the first time.
Well, how did you come to be here?
Mademoiselle de Clare's old maid left while Madame was away ill, but she told a friend, and a friend told my uncle, and my uncle told my aunt, and my auntie told Mama, and Mama wrote to me, and Mademoiselle de Clare wrote back to ask me to come today.
I see. Wait, what was that you said? Uncle? Uncle? Where's that phone directory?
Yes, monsieur. Told my aunt, and my aunt told Mama...
It was Bernard something. What was his name?
Monsieur?
It was Uncle Bernard. That's where she is.
I'm sorry, monsieur, but...
Borg! Bernard Borg! Ah, here we are. Bernard Borg, 37 Rue Vienne.
No, monsieur, my uncle's name is not Bernard. It's Maurice.
Hello? Hello? Gosh, it's the size of a cathedral. Monsieur Borg! Monsieur...
I wanted him swinging from a tree.
A
plastic tree, of course. They do these things so well nowadays. And plastic lasts. Not a whole tree, just a branch or two, and then the poor creature swinging by one limb, beautifully lifelike. An immortal tableau. Plastic lasts. And so to my children when I've finished with them.
I thought it was a live ape.
Oh, thank you.
Bernard Borg?
At your service. Do you like the finish? Notice how the coat still has a sheen to it, like life. Better, in fact.
You're really Bernard Borg?
Of course. You have come to the right man, and you have suffered a bereavement. I can see it in your face.
You don't understand.
Don't tell me, let me guess, you're a cockatoo.
What?
No, perhaps not. A dog. Yes, definitely doggy. Now, if it's a hunting dog, I really have the most artistic setting, in full pursuit, with perhaps a dear little bunny hiding in the bushes. No extra charge for the bunny, of course.
Oh, what is this all about?
Not a doggy. A cat, then. Siamese, I'll wager. I know how it is. I've a soft spot for Siamese pussies myself.
What is this place?
Sorry.
What happens here?
You're not serious.
Will you please explain?
This is a funeral emporium for animals.
Pardon?
Why not? Death awaits us all, does it not? Some sooner than others, perhaps, and those left behind can mourn. My works range from ordinary taxidermy
I'm looking for a girl.
Burial with full honours.
Your niece?
An extra charge if you wish to have a private plot in the animal's Valhalla. I have no niece, monsieur.
Her name is Declare, Yvette Declare.
The Valhalla fields are nicely chosen for aspect and solitude.
She's about 22, slim, pretty.
The name Declare means nothing to me. You will not find this here, monsieur. Only animals. Dear departed pets, preserved in the most delicate fashion.
But she said she was coming here.
I enjoy my work, monsieur. An artist with a knife. That is how I like to think of myself. This knife. Precision. Exactitude. I have no niece. You will not find her here.
Look, perhaps I misunderstood. Perhaps she's a customer.
The name means nothing, I have told you.
Couldn't you at least look? Your ledger. There. Stop! Careful. You damn near stabbed me in the hand.
My ledger is confidential, monsieur. But I will look. No, Mademoiselle Declare.
Are you sure? You barely looked.
Quite sure. She has not been here today. Neither does she have an appointment.
I don't understand it.
You sure she mentioned my name?
I was sure. I must have got it wrong. All the same, I'd swear she said Bernard Borg, and something about her uncle.
Just a moment. Did she actually say, my uncle's name is Bernard Borg?
No, I don't think so. I just assumed...
Sprechen Sie Deutsch, mein Herr? Are you familiar with the German language?
No, not very.
Then I think I see your mistake. It is possible the young lady said not Bernard Borg, but Bernard Borg.
It's possible. Why?
Because Bernardborg is not a man, but a place. A small village. German-speaking, of course, but not far from here.
To think of it, she said she was going to visit Bernard Borg. That's it. But how can I find her? I still don't know the address she was going to.
Her uncle lives there, presumably?
Yes.
Then I would advise you to phone the local exchange. A village of that size. The operator is bound to know everyone. My phone is at your disposal.
Thanks.
That will be 15 francs.
Here you go.
There may be some delay. You may find my brochure of some interest. Profusely illustrated.
Thank you. I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
Really, I did as they told me. After all, the police are the police.
Of course they are. Already they've agreed to find Mademoiselle Declare. Soon they'll understand things much better. But just at the moment...
Just at the moment, they still want to question Dr. Keel, and you have told me where he is, and I ought to tell the police.
Keel has nothing to fear. He has no more reason to run away than you or I.
Well, these are rather special circumstances. If you're sure he'll stay where he is and not go off trying to find Mademoiselle Declare, I suppose it's all right. We'll just have to sit and wait. Some music, perhaps? Fancy a game of chess?
Hello?
Yvette?
Yes, this is Yvette de Clare.
This is Dr. Keel.
Dr. Keel! How nice to hear from you. How did you find me?
It doesn't matter. I have, and you've got to listen to me carefully. The invitation I gave you, do you still have it?
Why, yes.
Are you sure? Would you check?
I can call you back.
No, now, please.
All right.
Yes?
It's here.
Right. Now, whatever you do, don't lose it, and don't give it to anyone until I get there.
You're coming here. Why?
I don't have time to explain. Just tell me how to get there.
But I am returning to town. Can't I meet you at your hotel, perhaps?
No, not my hotel. Stay away from there.
Well, I have a car. I can be anywhere you say.
All right. Make your way to number 37, Rue Vienne. 37. I will be waiting.
If you are to wait here, perhaps you would like to see some of the caskets, hand-carved, a choice of handles.
Do you mind if I use your phone again? Here's the cash.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Hello?
Dr. Plain? Keel here. I've located the girl.
Ah,
She's on her way to 37 Rue Vienne. Is that clear?
37 Rue Vienne. That's good.
Very well. Now then, if you could send someone over here to meet us.
Yes, of course, at once. I will, personally. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good news?
Pleasant news. Another party of guests has arrived for the medical congress. I must go and meet them. You had better stay by the telephone and pull strings. Sorry about the chess. A pity you have no opponent.
I've got no opponent already. So far, he's been invisible.
Embalming to last a death time. That is my motto. My tour de force is too large to have on show. An elephant. But if you'd like to see some photographs, Monsieur?
Eh? I'm sorry.
You are very preoccupied with this young lady. Important, eh?
Could be life or death.
Death? Really? That wouldn't be the literal truth, I suppose. I do get a small commission on any human business I can introduce to...
Here she is. Do you mind leaving us alone for a moment?
Not at all.
Yvette,
If this is some kind of
do you
joke-
have the invitation?
Yes, it's right here.
Thank you. 2 men have died for this.
What? You can't be serious.
Can't I?
You are.
I was worried for you. Quiet. Who is it?
Dr. Palain.
Where's Steed?
In the city somewhere, I don't know. I couldn't reach him. I thought I'd better come myself. Mademoiselle de Clare, enchanted. Dr. Keel, you have it?
Yes. Safe and sound, but shouldn't we wait for Steed?
It's maybe many hours before he is reached.
Have you any idea where he went?
None. I have heard nothing from him all afternoon. Now, the sooner the card is under lock and key, the better.
Yes, somewhere safe.
May I have it, please?
You say you haven't heard from Steed all day?
Yes, quite, but I have left word, so he will get your message.
Funny.
Why?
He gave me your office number. He said I could get in touch with him through you.
So you will. Your message is waiting for him. Now, if you would be so kind...
But he never loses contact. Steed always arranges to keep in touch.
Then I'm sure he will get in touch. And now I must really ask you for that.
No, I'm not letting go of this now. Not until Steed arrives. Just a precaution, I'm sure you understand.
Dr. Keel, I appreciate your caution, but there is no longer any need for it.
There might be.
the purpose of your mission is to deliver safely to me the formula for Morganton.
To deliver it safely to the World Health Organization.
In this case, it is one and the same thing.
I quite understand that the committee have entrusted the responsibility to you, but I can relieve you of it.
The committee elected me, Dr. Keel, because I happen to have worked on this project in the early days with Dr. Morgan. I shall now be most interested to see how he has developed my findings.
Your findings?
Ours. We scientists never think in purely selfish terms.
So I see.
But it is not only to satisfy my personal interest that I must ask you to hand over the film to me now.
Sorry, no.
Then you leave me no alternative. If you could come this way, Mr. Benson.
My pleasure.
Ah! He's got a gun!
Yvette, keep calm. I see. Your chap there was to get it, and then you complain that it hadn't arrived.
Get the formula, Benson.
Certainly. There you are.
In my hand. After all this time. Now, Benson, you know what to do with them.
Why did you abandon your experiments, Doctor?
I didn't. I was pushed aside. Morgan always wanted the limelight.
All right, that's enough.
But you hadn't worked there long.
2 years? That is long enough, isn't it? 2 whole years, every night. Morgan helped, I grant you. I've always given Morgan his due. Why couldn't he do the same for me?
Why couldn't he, Pauline?
He pretended not to need my help. He was very fair. Oh, very fair. He thought I needed the money and tried to buy me out.
He was fair then. You got your price.
What a price! £100 to clear my debts. And then to guess at the results of my work for years after. I tire of this. Benson?
Boss?
Wait. How do you know Morgan succeeded? How do you know that formula is worth anything at all?
I know everything up to the time I left. It was already 50% effective then.
Then why didn't you complete the work? Morgan couldn't have stopped you.
Because I couldn't do it. All right, I admit it. I admit it at last. I admit it out loud. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. You can sneer if you like. You won't sneer much longer. Benson, now!
No!
Hope you don't have any cat allergies. He's dropped it. Quick, Yvette. The animals. Follow my lead.
Yes!
William! Stop doing that!
All right, let's not go animal crackers. That's quite enough of that.
Steed!
Not just me. I brought the gendarme of the constabulary, I'm afraid.
It appears you were as innocent as you claimed, Dr. Keel. Round them up!
No! It was my right! I was owed that formula!
And I'd better take it back. Thank you. Yvette.
It's all right. Don't worry. I'm all right.
How are you?
I don't think I shall be afraid of much from now on.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't have had this happen for the world, but...
It seems to have been forced on you.
Yes. Steed, how did you get here?
I was in the office when you telephoned Pauline. It was you, wasn't it?
Yes.
You asked me to stop pulling strings at once. Something like that.
Yes.
Fortunately, I'm not as big a fool as Pauline thought. Who the blazes is this?
Borg, the owner of this place. That thug must have snuck in and tied him up to avoid witnesses.
Then we'd better untie him, better we?
Oh, thank you. I was beginning to fear I would end up like one of my animals.
And just be grateful I'm not charging you. Oh. Well, it's about time we delivered that damn card.
We are all free to go. As you saw, I squared things with the police. Well? Introduce us?
Oh, I am sorry. John Steed, Mademoiselle de Clare.
I feel I know you almost well enough to call you Yvette.
And so you shall, when you really know me well enough.
Can I take your arm?
Only if you leave one for me.